Hello and welcome to another edition of Inventor's Quick Tips. Today we are covering the topic of inventing for your employer. If you happen to work as an engineer or technician for a company, you may want to check if your company has an invention submission program. Often companies pay bonuses to employees that make invention submissions, which can add up to a nice amount of extra earnings for you depending on how many you submit. So let's talk about how that works. Now I'm speaking in general here. Of course, each company will have its own rules, which will vary from this in some way or another, but one thing is true of many companies. They want to innovate, and they want to develop their intellectual property portfolio. They solicit inventions from their employees, often engineers and technicians, but usually not limited to a specific department. If you submit an idea, you may be eligible for a bonus. Some companies give you a small bonus when you submit an idea. Others may give a bonus if the idea is approved and filed as a patent application. And sometimes an additional bonus is paid when a patent is awarded. If you don't already know, find out what your company policy is on invention submissions. In general, this is good for your career and gives you experience in the patent process. Potentially helps you earn some bonus money and helps your company develop its patent portfolio. So it can be a win-win for you and your employer. So how does the process work? Usually there is a submission form, perhaps on your company intranet, that you complete. At some future point, perhaps monthly or quarterly, a review committee meets to discuss the recent submissions. If your submission is approved, an attorney meeting will then be scheduled. There you'll speak with patent attorneys to give the details of your invention so they can write the patent application. Then at some point in the process, you may get a bonus or reward. In many companies I've dealt with, this happens when the patent application gets filed. Then in a few weeks' time after that, you'll have a bonus applied. Of course, the amount can vary, but it is typically in the range of anywhere from a few $100s to a few thousand. So if you submit multiple inventions per year, it can add up to a nice bonus. In many cases, the key to getting your invention approved and maximizing the chance for a bonus is the information you provide in the submission form. Here are some things that are likely to be asked. Who are the inventors? Is this invention part of a planned product? Is this invention part of a standard? When or where was the invention conceived? Once you have that basic information entered, then it's time for the details of the invention itself. This process is similar regardless of if you are writing a patent application for your own invention or making a submission to your company. We still need a background and a summary. Now, for the case of inventing for your employer, the invention you submit should align with your company's goals. For example, if your company makes telecommunications equipment and your patent application is for a bird feeder, then the employer probably won't be interested. If your invention is for a video game, well, it depends on how that invention ties into telecommunication. If the invention is related to load balancing for handling a massive multiplayer online game, then your company might be interested. If it's for a standalone portable gaming console, then they might not be interested. It really all depends on what your company does, the philosophy of the company, and their attitude towards intellectual property in general. But the closer your invention is to a core business function of your employer, the more likely they will be interested. Remember, the submission form is your time to sell the invention. You need to sell your ideas even within your own company. The review committee may receive many ideas each month. How will you make yours stand out? A catchy title, a clear explanation of the problem being solved, and how your solution lines up with the company's roadmap or future plans. Thinking about these things before you submit your disclosure will increase the chances of approval. Here are a few other considerations before you submit your idea to your employer. If relevant, you may want to emphasize these points in your submission. How likely is it that your competitors will want to do this? If you think it's likely, say so in your submission. How easy would it be to tell that a competitor is using this invention? If it's easy, say so in the submission. How feasible from a technology and cost standpoint would it be to implement your invention? If it's quite doable, then say so in your submission. Most invention committees consider these three factors when deciding whether or not to approve an invention disclosure for filing as a patent application. Remember, you want to put your inventions in the best possible light for acceptance, which may help you earn extra money while helping your company get an improved patent portfolio. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If so, please share, like, and subscribe, and thanks again for watching.